July 25, 2000, a day forever etched in aviation history, the day when the Concorde, the symbol of aviation prowess and luxury, met its tragic demise. The Concorde, a marvel of technology and symbol of human achievement, was more than just an aircraft. It was the epitome of luxury air travel, the dream of jet-setters and the pride of aviators worldwide. Imagine a time when the Concorde was the talk of the town, the elite's choice for transatlantic crossings. It was a sight to behold, a supersonic jet that was gracefully sleek and powerfully fast. Its delta wings and drooping nose were unmistakable, a testament to the ingenious minds that birthed this marvel. With a cruising speed of over twice the speed of sound, it was a feat of engineering that seemed to defy the very laws of physics. The Concorde was a symbol of progress, a beacon of a future where boundaries of time and space seemed to blur. It was the embodiment of a dream of supersonic passenger travel, a dream that was shared by many, from the engineers who tirelessly worked on its design to the passengers who enjoyed the privilege of experiencing its speed and comfort. However, on that fateful day in July, the unthinkable happened. The world watched, dumbfounded, as the news broke of the Concorde's crash. It seemed impossible, a nightmare that was too surreal to be true. How could such a technologically advanced aircraft fall from the sky? The shock was palpable, the disbelief widespread. The Concorde, the very symbol of safety and reliability, had met its tragic end. The news sent ripples across the globe, a wave of sorrow and disbelief. The Concorde, which had once soared through the sky with an air of invincibility, had been brought down to earth in a tragic twist of fate. The crash was not just a loss of an aircraft, but the end of an era of supersonic passenger travel. The Concorde Air France Flight 4590 was set to fly from Paris to New York, a routine flight that ended in disaster. This was a day that started like any other, but it was destined to go down in history as one of the darkest days in aviation. On that fateful day, 100 passengers and 9 crew members boarded the Concorde, looking forward to the supersonic journey across the Atlantic. Little did they know that they were stepping onto a flight that would never reach its destination. The Concorde began its takeoff roll down the runway at Charles de Gaulle Airport, accelerating to its takeoff speed. It was then that the unthinkable happened. A tire on the left main landing gear burst. The tire's fragments rocketed upwards, puncturing the fuel tank and causing a catastrophic leak. Despite the severe damage, the Concorde continued its takeoff. The crew was committed to getting their passengers to New York, but the odds were stacked against them. The damaged engine was losing power rapidly and the leaking fuel was ignited by hot parts of the engine and the afterburners. The Concorde was now a ticking time bomb, carrying a fuel fire that couldn't be extinguished. The crew wrestled with the controls, trying to keep the stricken bird airborne. But it was a battle they couldn't win. Less than 2 minutes after takeoff, the Concorde plunged into a hotel in Gonesse, just outside of Paris. All 109 souls on board the Concorde perished, and 4 people on the ground were also tragically lost. The world watched in shock as the Concorde, a symbol of human achievement and luxury, became a burning wreck in a matter of minutes. Within mere minutes, the Concorde was transformed from a symbol of luxury to a burning wreck, marking the beginning of a mystery that would take years to unravel. In the aftermath of the crash, investigators were faced with a daunting task: to find out what brought down the Concorde. As the dust settled on the crash site, the first order of business was to comb through the debris, searching for any clues that could shed light on the cause of this horrific accident. Among the wreckage, a key piece of evidence was discovered: a metallic strip. This seemingly insignificant piece of debris was found on the runway, raising questions about its origin and purpose. The strip was traced back to a DC-10 that had taken off minutes before the Concorde. Investigators theorized that the Concorde's tire struck this strip during takeoff, causing a catastrophic burst. This punctured tire led to a chain reaction of events that ultimately brought down the supersonic jet. But as the investigation unfolded, controversy began to swirl. Some pointed fingers at the Concorde's design, stating that it had inherent flaws that contributed to the crash. The plane's unique delta wing design was called into question, as was its maintenance record. Critics argued that the Concorde's tires were known to be problematic, with several incidents of tire bursts recorded in the past. Yet despite these concerns, the Concorde had maintained an impeccable safety record until that fateful day. The debate over the Concorde's design and maintenance was fierce, with many refusing to accept that a single metallic strip could bring down such a renowned aircraft. Some believed there had to be more to the story, pointing to potential oversights in maintenance and inspection procedures. As the investigation drew to a close, the final report cited a sequence of unfortunate events as the cause of the crash. The metallic strip, the punctured tire, the ensuing fire, they all played a part in this tragic event. Yet, despite the detailed findings, many questions remained unanswered. The investigation concluded that a sequence of unfortunate events led to the crash, but many questions remained unanswered. The crash of the Concorde had far-reaching consequences, not just for those directly involved, but for the future of supersonic passenger travel. In the aftermath, the Concorde fleet was grounded, marking the beginning of an uncertain period in aviation. The industry faced a tough decision, whether to allow these speed marvels back in the skies or retire them for good. Ultimately, the decision was made to retire the Concorde, ending an era of supersonic passenger travel that had once promised a future of transatlantic breakfast meetings and dinner dates. This decision sent shockwaves throughout the industry, causing many to question the viability of supersonic travel. Even today, the debate continues, with new players trying to bring back the glory of supersonic flights, albeit with more advanced and safer technology. The Concorde crash remains a stark reminder of the risks and rewards of pushing the boundaries of technology. As we stand on the brink of a new era of supersonic travel, we must remember the lessons learned from this tragic event.